Hey there, what up, gangsters? It's your boy Lazy. Hear me out, alright? Music? Yes. Music. Music is a very core part of anything that can run music. I mean, yes, music isn't going to be the core part of a book series. You're not going to be reading a dramatic music or orchestral score swells as something happens. No, it's mainly a part of digital media. And I mean, frankly, we've come to have it standardized in terms of media. I mean, you can't go without any show or anything having no music or anything, and if it does, then it's practically praised for it, if it can do it right. But if it doesn't, then it feels stilted. But that's weird, right? Like, just music? Like, no music at all suddenly changes how everything feels? I mean, yeah, sure, don't get me wrong. Acting and writing, all of that is all essential to what makes media, right? So, again, don't get me wrong. It's essential to what makes media, but music can really drive home a point. Music can set tones for scenes. They can build knowledge of what's happening. They can give you an idea of what's gonna happen. They can even give you hints about the plot. Really, music can do all. So it's weird that some people, I swear, I've had friends who they'll look at me when I say music's important, and it's important for whatever you're working on, and they'll go, "Who gives a shit about the music? Work on the other parts first." And to that I say, what's wrong with you? Music should be the first part. That's always what's first. It's music. Because music's great. It really sets scenes. And I know I sound like I'm talking out my ass with nothing going on right now. Why don't we get to some examples? So let's talk a little bit about Erwin Smith, right? You know how the speech goes. Something about his soldiers not buckling or yielding. You know that. Seen it everywhere. I've known you've seen it in those fucking really shitty AMVs where they sit there and it's like Sigma mindset, you know. That sort of stupid shit. But let's take a minute to first contextualize what the scene fucking was. So, starting off with the scene, we start with Erwin essentially preparing for his final ride. He knows that this mission is going to kill him. He knows that it'll do the same for all of his soldiers. This is a suicide charge. Barely even a distraction, if they do anything. And what does he do? He gives his men some of the best fucking words. Just period. Like, in all of Attack on Titan, he inspires so many of his men to go on, to go out there and fight like their ancestors would have. Not that their lives are forfeit, but they're giving up their lives for the greater good, so that they can possibly live a better life, those after them. And that's encouraging. It's great. And how does the music treat it? The music has to be there. You can't just have this beautiful, well-crafted speech with nothing behind it. I mean, here, let's play you what it would sound like if the audio producer was a fucking idiot. Everything you thought had meaning, every hope, dream, or moment of happiness, none of it matters as you lie bleeding out on the battlefield. None of it changes what a speeding rock does to our body. We all die. Does that mean our lives are meaningless? Does that mean there was no point in being born? Would you say that of our slain comrades? What about their lives? Were they meaningless? They were not! Their memory serves as an example to us, all the greatest, the anguished father. Their lives have meaning because us, the living, refuse to forget them. And as we ride to certain death, we trust our successors to do the same for us. Because my soldiers do not buckle or yield when faced with the cruelties of this world. My soldiers push forward. My soldiers scream out. My soldiers rage! You see that? You see that? See how it basically didn't fucking matter? You see how it felt dumb? Felt stupid, right? It felt wrong. It felt as if it was wrong. It changes emotions. When music is great and beautifully paired, it can inspire. It can just make people feel so many emotions. But when you mess up the music, oh, man, is it bad. If the music is stilted, if it doesn't have enough movement, if it's just wrong, it can portray the scene horribly. But while this is more of an angry tone, an angry, rage-filled tone that's essentially motivating his men to go and commit suicide, let's take the opposite direction. Let us look at the infamous scene of Hollow Purple. The first Hollow Purple firing. Imaginary technique. Now, I want you to know, well, before it was dubbed by me, I dubbed it. This one also is dubbed by me. So if you have any complaints, please yell at me.
Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one. Take the amplified and the reversal, and then smash together those two different expressions of infinity to create and push out imaginary mass, imaginary technique, purple.
Doesn't it feel stupid? Like, doesn't it feel wrong? Listen to it. It sounds wrong. It feels wrong. Because it is wrong. He doesn't have the right music. It doesn't have that feeling of, like, a tinge of insanity mixed with power. It just sounds dumb. It sounds like a comedy. Which, comedies are fine, but it's not a good tone. Comedies don't inspire, comedies just make you laugh at things. You point at it and go, ha! I mean, that's what you're technically supposed to do with me, but I'm not one of those. So, with that in mind, what is good music? What is some great pairings? Some songs that just go excellent with each other. And songs and scenes that just make each other better. Well, let's look at some. I mean, I'd definitely be down. Alright, so I'm gonna say it here. For all of you people that just fucking despise anime, like the three of you out there at this point, anime does it really well. Animated scenes where the music swells up into epic songs or music that just perfectly describe what's happening on the scene. Yeah, those are typically the best. I hate to say it. I mean, yeah, and I hate to say it even more, but My Hero Academia has a lot of these moments. A lot of these moments. I mean, the song itself, You Say Run and Jet Set Run are immaculate. They're on my Good Shit playlist. I'll link it in the comments if you want to listen to my Good Shit playlist. It's updated whenever the fuck I feel like it. It's got all the music that I like. But yeah, it's good. It sounds good. It sounds powerful. And you look at the scenes in My Hero Academia as they're fighting these things that they couldn't have possibly beaten before. And how do they do it? They figure out how to beat them. And then the music starts playing. And they finally triumph. And it feels great. It feels cathartic. It feels fantastic listening to this god tier of music soundtrack while watching whatever anime character on screen is doing the special move. Like he's United States of Smash or whatever the hell he does. I don't know. I don't watch that show. But regardless, it's great. Excellent use of music. So there is one more song that I wanted to talk about, because, I mean, honestly, it's half for the memes and half because it's a good song. So y'all know Hunter x Hunter? So, Hunter x Hunter, great anime, I think? Question mark? I don't know. I get furries in it. Oh wait, hold on. Ah, shit. Hunter x Hunter, we don't even have to really talk about it. The main meat of this conversation starts with the Chimera Ant arc. This arc sees our plucky protagonist, Jungle Boy, and White Guy. They're off doing their things. But notably, I don't know, I skimmed the plot off of a porn magazine. But what I do know is the good stuff, which is when the Chimera King, the Ant King, whatever the thing is, that thing, yeah. Netero goes and fights. Netero goes and fights the Chimera King arc or whatever. That Chimera King, and eventually, I want to look at this real quick. What is that dude's name? Anyone sees this who watches Hunter x Hunter are gonna get fucking killed. Mirim. There you go. Marium. Mom. His name's Mom. So when The Binding of Isaac, main character Isaac, fights Mom from hit series The Binding of Isaac, we see that, like, he was supposedly a very resourceful man. He was trained by himself, and therefore he knew... Well, he knew a lot of stuff, obviously, but he was wise. He was a wise old man who thought of honorable fights. You know, he was a man of honor. King Chimera Ant, Mom. Sorry, his name is Mom. Mom does not give a shit about humans. I mean, they are literally ants to him. Well, in power-wise, and so I think Isaac pulls out the funniest thing. And he just, like, looks at him after he's about to die. He's always like, he's on death's door. And what does he do? He goes, well, you see, humans, they're known for their will to survive. And then he just, like, updoes his chest or something. It reveals he has a fucking nuke in his chest. And he just fucking blows up on the spot. And the fucking music playing is so fucking good. Here, take a listen while I just go get it ready. That's some good music, weird ass scene. after listening to that clip, and after listening to it in general, I hope you would go and listen to the whole thing, and, return to this video. You're not gonna leave me hanging, are you? It's immaculate. The music itself describes something so kind of profound in a way, in a sense. It's describing in its musical sense how vicious and beautiful the world can be. Hell, the name of the song is Kingdom of Predators. It sounds just like a very vicious cycle, doesn't it? Yet the song itself has beautiful swells of orchestral instruments as it just keeps swelling until it finally enters this grand crescendo into almost like a revelation of what you're in, of this beautiful kingdom that's fraught with just savagery. Truly a masterful piece. Only problem is from Hunter x Hunter, and fuck, dude, I don't know. I don't know if I want to watch The Binding of Isaac, main character Isaac, go against Mom again. So, why don't we go to a better IP, I'm going to get slaughtered in the comments for that one, and go to Sonic. Now, there's actually a song I really want to do with Sonic. Call me cliche if you want. Windmill Isle. Love it, Windmill Isle. So, sorry for all the time, but Windmill Isle is a glorious song. It's not big and fancy, though. It's not a song that's going to sit there and have you be searching for the profound meanings of life or anything like that. What it will do, though, is provide some great interplay between music and the melodies. And really, it's just fantastic in that sense. Here, I'm going to play you little bits, and I'm going to kind of curate it with you. So here, let me show you the first bit that I really like. So in the beginning, we're kind of getting this break-fast beat, but at the same time, none of the instruments seem to be noticing. It's kind of as if the drummer went off on his own little adventure, adventure on complete breakbeat. This is damn near breakcore type speed. Meanwhile, the instruments are over there playing nice, smooth melodies. And of course, the drums, again, as I said, breaking for it. They are breakneck speed. So let's continue. So we have the introduction of the melody. Melody being hosted mainly by the violin, right? Every other instrument is playing background roles. But soon, it's not going to just be the violin. It will be others. Let's continue. Okay, before we hit the chorus, you can hear in the background we have a new instrument playing counter melody. It is the accordion. The accordion plays a slow legato type counter melody, while the violins here hitting more staccato type, sharper notes, right? And at first, that's what the violin's been doing. It's been playing just, fast notes. Now they're sharper. So, not really out of the ordinary, right? But, just listen to this next bit. they switched places. They completely swapped who took what. So suddenly, the violin is now playing a slower legato melody, while the accordion is in the back. I'm taking its counter melody in much more faster stride as it plays a lot more complex note patterns. All in an interesting, just little string of notes and melodies. It makes the hair stand up, just how they swap places so effortlessly. And then, after that, the accordion takes over. The accordion begins to now suddenly play the same way that the violin was playing, having some complex note patterns, while having it be faster than a legato. Meanwhile, there is no violin in sight, so essentially the accordion took over where the violin was, and the interplay between the two just keeps for this, beyond the surface, a very interesting, flavorful sound of music. Now, from the surface, it's still kind of a calm song. I mean, for reference, this is the song that you're going to play while you're kind of on a beachfront. You know, this is the song that you're going to play speeding through the beachfront with a peaceful town that you're kind of running through. I think, don't quote me, I've not played Sonic Unleashed. So this song really does do wonders to prove that. And then beyond that, the producers, the composers, really decided to ham up the music itself and just weave in this interplay between two other instruments. The counterplay between the two, and the counter melody, and the melody going so hand in hand with each other, so interesting. Great, even. That's one of my favorite things to talk about. Windmill Isle. Just like throw it on a bumper sticker or something and say, my favorite song is Windmill Isle. No, it's not. I want to know what my favorite song is. You'll never find that out. Anyways, I believe that would be all our time we have for today. Oh my. Yeah, seems like we're out of time. 22, 23 minutes. Well, anyways, this will be Lazed Fox out. I hope that you have a great day. Go listen to some music, you bastards, and make sure that you have a good day. I'm not gonna ask you to fucking like. You like it or you don't. I'm not one of those. Alright, later.